Uh, Welcome to all the classic car enthusiasts. Just wanted to give you another little update to see where we are after the weekend, and a couple of messages for people that have sent me emails. I need to refer to this because the first one was from Alan Wood. He sent me an email and he was asking me about the quick release steering wheel I have on my E-Type Jaguar, and this is the company here. I don't know if you can see it. It's called Super Spoke steering wheels, E-Type quick release. You do it for the XKs, for all the Jaguars basically, and the website is www.superspoke.co.uk. When I get my email fixed on Tuesday, I've got a young chap coming Tuesday and he's going to sort out my Gmail account so I can send stuff back. But that's what it is. It's Super Spoke. You can't just go to Super Spoke and their advert will come up. Brilliant bit of kit. I'm really impressed with it. That's who to go to. I got an email from Peter Warren, who's got an XK 150 fixed head, which he bought some time ago apparently, and then he kind of went off the boil with it a bit, and he wrote me a very nice email saying thanks for the videos and you've really kind of inspired me to get going again with it, which he sent some pictures to me of it, which is great. But what I would say to you, Peter, whatever you do, this is, I don't get anything for I don't sponsor anyone, nobody sponsors me, but I'm involved with these two clubs, which is the E-Type Club. Obviously I started 3 years ago, and that's why I started doing the YouTube videos, because I did an online 1,000 word article every month on the build of the E-Type over a period of 3 years. So it was a live restoration, if you like, and that's why I started doing the YouTube, because people were asking me questions that I couldn't keep answering back to. So and these are the same people that run it. So it's the E-Type Club, and for Peter this is the XK Gazette. Now this is £124. I've just joined it myself. I wasn't in it before because I didn't have an XK, but now we've got these two 150s we're doing up. I've joined the club, and the information you can get, and you can ask people for technical stuff, and there's always stuff for sale, and lots of restorations in it. A really good magazine, and you get this online before you get it physically as a magazine. Really excellent. It's got lots of it shows you lots of restorations in it, 140s, 120s, 150s, and so on. It's just for XKs, well worth it. Just go to XK Club or XK Gazette, and if you say it's the same guy, Philip Porter, who runs it. Okay, so that's two people. So the next one is a guy called John Ball sent me an email, and again I will write all back to everybody, hopefully Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday night when I get this email running again. And he was asking me about this 123 ignition, which I've got in the E-Type. Now what I did with it, John, was I've actually left it as it came, factory setting, just to try it out. And I've got a friend who's got an E-Type and an XK, and he said he put it into the middle settings. What they are, I'm not sure. The downside of it, the brilliant ignition, but the downside is you have to take the ignition, you have to take the distributor body out to get the Allen screw out to adjust it. You can't adjust it in situ, it's too tiny, which is a bit of a pain. But I guess once you've got it set up, you know where you are. So I haven't done it yet, but I will be doing it in the winter, and when I do, I'll do a YouTube video on it, because I've got to do a few other things. I've got to readjust the timing chain as well, which I'll do. But I haven't done this yet, so I can't give you any info on it because I don't know myself. And the last one was from John Shepherd. Thanks for sending that information about the books. And again, I'll write back to you and let you know if I decide I'm going to buy one. And the last thing is before I show you what I was up to this weekend, I was supposed to be sandblasting these cars in Czechia in my friend's factory. Unfortunately, he had a rush job, and they've had to work all weekend, and obviously we couldn't get the cars done, but we're supposed to be doing them or taking them up there on Thursday or Friday night from Vienna, and hopefully all day Saturday and all day Sunday we can get both cars done. Whether we can or not is another matter, because there's also a chassis to do, but we'll see how we get on. So that's where we're at. So I'll pick up the camera and show you what I've been up to this weekend. So here I've done this. I'll show you here. I've done this, made this pedal, and I showed you that was already set up. And what I did was I made this pedal mechanism here. You can see I'm also going to put a plate on the end of that, so it's more like an accelerator plate. But you can see it's very basic. And you can see how it works. It's I changed it around a little bit because it needed a lot bigger gap in it, so I moved it to one side there instead of putting it in here. I haven't finished it yet. I mean, I'll have to pretty it up later because it needed such a big gap in between here. I couldn't punch a hole in the centre, so I just moved the whole thing across. But as you can see, it works quite well. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing. Now I've done one, it's easy for me to set the other one up. Setting the first one up is a bit of a sod because you know but it's nice because to be able to work with two hands makes all the difference. And when you're smacking down on this handle, it gets a bit sore after a while, I have to say. So I'll be doing the same thing but on this side. So this one will go on here, and as you can see, that then will line up with this hole, so it goes straight through, and then that leg there will extend that bolt, and that leg will go on that side, so it's the same pivot point basically, so I know exactly where to put it. Okay, the Mini. So let me just pop this down while I take this bonnet off for a second because it's going to be in the way. There we go. Right, so as you can see, I've put the inner wings on just to line them up to see how they look. This is just clipped in place. I've only got the top bolts on because the space, the bar that goes across there came out, and I have to redo it, rethread it. But they seem to fit quite well, I have to say. The bonnet sits nice on it, but obviously what I've got to do is all the repairs and everything first. But I just wanted to see how well they sat, and they do. They sit. Considering they're only just bolted on, they're not even welded yet. And you can see obviously there, what I'll do now is I'll mark all the way down here, so I know, and down here, so I know where to punch the holes in it to spot weld it. Obviously with an electric spot welder, you could just come down here and put the arms down. But for me, obviously, I'm going to have to drill some holes to. But you can see they line up pretty good, which I'm quite pleased about. So yeah, nice. It's a nice fit. It seems to fit quite well. Yeah. So now what I've got to do now is do some of these repairs. You can see it's quite a nice fit there on the corners. But what I have to do now is I have to extend that piece there, cut this rod out here, and this, which is a common problem with Minis, you can see where it's cracked right the way along. That one seems completely okay, but that one's not. So to be honest, the crack is quite long. I don't know if it's up there or not, but you know, I could repair that. But the fact that it's probably a little thinner, I think what I'll do is actually take it out and build a complete new piece in it. I could weld it across, but of course once the crack's in, it could be difficult, and there needs to be a bit of a gap. So I might cut through it and then re-weld it. I'll see how we go. Obviously positioning is so important for this rear sandwich on the front subframe. Anyway, so that's where we're at. You can see everything's going to line up quite nicely there, as you can see. But the bars came out, and so obviously we'll have to. There will need some adjustment. But this is the beauty of going for heritage parts. You see, that's a heritage. You know, they cost more, but it isn't worth the pissing around with panels that are shit. You know, or to the cheaper ones, and that's why they're cheaper, because they're not as well pressed. It's as simple as that. Anyway, so that's where we're at. We're moving forward, and hopefully we can do some more work on this in the next few days. So anyway, thanks for watching in. Thanks for everybody for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. Thumbs up, and hopefully by Tuesday I can email you back properly once this. It's something to do with this Safari or Firefox. I don't know. I'm computer illiterate. Anyway, bye for now and take care. Have a nice weekend, what's left of it. Bye.